take a look around you. It says it all, doesn't it? It's so eerie being back here. The amount of times I've trodden these aisles, if not the boards themselves, dust sheets everywhere, like most theatres up and down the country, and the chandelier, of course, dimmed in London's glittering West End. You wouldn't trust Del Boy to clean that, would you? But the Shaftesbury is leading the way, possibly setting what could be an industry standard moving forward by introducing measures during a makeover that they were already undergoing and taking full advantage of the theatre being dark for such a prolonged period to introduce measures that when we move forward, when the lights do light up again, for want of a better expression, and the curtain rises once more, we will be able to enjoy theatre as we did before, and safely too. So some of those measures include a £1 million state-of-the-art air conditioning system that will filter the air in the theatre every 7 minutes. Lovely bit of brass here, you will notice as well. Well, all the fixtures and fittings in the theatre will be brass, because I didn't know this until I read the brief this morning. Brass is actually antimicrobial. Get your lips around that first thing in the morning. A little bit of a struggle, even for my good self. What else are they doing here at the Shaftesbury? Well, there'll be double the number of loos. You'll be glad to know, Ben, because I know you're fond of the gin, that the bars will be 4 times the size. Backstage, because of course they have the space, they've expanded the venue by 3,000 square feet to include more dressing rooms, and obviously you can social distance when you're getting ready and rehearsing. Plus, of course, paper tickets as well, and a few tape measures will be out, because I've no doubt they'll be removing some of these seats too, but nothing confirmed yet. So once again, the Shaftesbury leading the way moving forward to what could become the industry standard for theatre, the new norm, if you like. But they are celebrating tonight, as you said, Charlotte, with a very special online virtual concert, celebrating the fact that the Shaftesbury is a jewel in the crown in London's West End, but also a very special chap as well, that the stars call Uncle Harry. Harry Gabriel, the winner of his own Olivier Award for being an inspirational figure in the theatre community. Now, he's been the stage doorkeeper here since 1980. Now, I've pressed some flesh on red carpets over the years, but this man has a roster of stars in the firmament who he can call friends. He is the first face, of course, that they see when they come through the doors, the likes of Imelda Staunton, Anthony Hopkins, Amanda Holden, and Dame Judi Dench, who had this to say about the man they call Uncle Harry.
Harry, I hear you've been 40 years as a doorman at the Shaftesbury. That's a fantastic record. And I hope you have a celebration. I hope you have the most wonderful day.
Dame Judi Dench there. All rise, everybody. Polite ripple from a rather empty auditorium. Now, the man who is hosting the concert tonight on behalf of the Shaftesbury Theatre is an Olivier Award winner himself. You may know him from Hamilton, Giles Torreira. It's lovely to see you, Giles.
Thank you for having me.
Albeit at 2 metres, sir. But we recognise you, of course, from treading the boards in Hamilton, which I thoroughly enjoy because it's currently streaming on Disney+.
Brilliant.
But that aside, we're celebrating the Shaftesbury and, of course, Uncle Harry tonight, aren't we? Tell us a little bit about the concert we can expect on YouTube at 7:30.
Well, you're going to see and hear songs from the shows that have been on at this theatre over the last 40 years. So if you have seen shows like Rent or Carousel, Thoroughly Modern Millie, Hairspray, Motown, Memphis, all of those kind of shows, you will hear songs from those shows by performers who have also performed here in the last 40 years.
So quite a constellation, if you like, of big names taking part.
Yeah.
Talk me through them. Some of them I'd like to think are dear friends of mine, but I'm not really strictly a theatre turn. You know, I'm always just commentating on it.
You mentioned a lot of them. I mean, we've got the thing about Harry is that everyone loves him. He's been here for such a long time. You've got an amazing amount of different kinds of performances and shows have happened in this theatre: musicals, classics, straight plays, comedy. So we have all of those kind of people that we can choose from. So you've got Eddie Izzard was here, and you've got Anthony Hopkins, who did, I think, his last play here. The last play he ever did on stage was here in Butterfly. Chita Rivera, who's like the most extraordinary. She's the most probably decorated musical theatre performer that we have. Original West Side Story, Bye Bye Birdie, Chicago, all of those kind of things. She was here in Kiss of the Spider Woman, so she fell in love with Harry, so they've been firm friends ever since. So I thought we have to speak to her, called her up, and she said, yeah, I'll be there. And
She'll do it.
She'll do it. So the thing about Harry is that it's been very easy in one way, because all I have to do is find the people, pick up the phone or send an email, and they go, yeah, brilliant, love Harry, I'll be there. So it's a testament to his, how much he's loved.
It's a celebration for Harry and also a nod, I would argue, to so many, and friends of mine included, in the theatre community who've been furloughed or are currently facing the prospect, obviously, of no work moving forward until, as I say, the curtains go up again. The government has pledged 1.5 billion, not just to theatre, of course, but to the arts, broadly speaking, across all the platforms. Do you think that's enough to get the industry back on its feet?
It's hopefully it will be. It depends how it's going to be divided up, and there are lots of organisations, lots of people who need that. So it's a start and it's something. As to whether it's going to be enough, I think there can always be more. There can always be more help. And what I do know is that a lot of people have really, really suffered during this situation. So I'm glad that the help has come.
I read a quote recently which was talking about the ghost light, which is positioned on the stage in theatres, not to ward off ghosts, actually, but of course for health and safety reasons. And that light is still very much on in theatres up and down the country. And I don't know about you, Giles, but for me that means if the light is on, then we will be coming back eventually, right?
We will be coming back. We absolutely will be coming back. Theatre has gone through lots of different trials and tribulations in the past, and we adapt. We're very good at adapting. We're very good at dealing with uncertainty and not knowing necessarily what's going to come, but adapting to the times and making things work, which is why we wanted to put on the show tonight, because we've been without musical theatre for so long, we've been without theatre for so long, and yet everyone wants to perform, everyone wants to see live theatre, everyone wants to see musical theatre, everyone wants to hear singing and these amazing songs. So we thought, originally we were going to put the production on live on stage. And at the end of last year, we started to organise that, and then the whole world shut down. So we said, why don't we just carry on and try and do it online? And people completely jumped for it. So hopefully it will be just as good as if you were in the theatre live.
Well, I'll be there tonight along with many others, of course. It's YouTube 7:30, a nod to the Shaftesbury, as I say, a jewel in the crown of London's glittering West End. The lights will come back on again, and a celebration of the man they call Uncle Harry. Thank you so much, Giles.
Thank you.
Teach me some moves or something?
Yeah,
on the
let's
board,
go.
so
Fine.
Should we do that? 2 metres, though, love. 2 metres.
Warm up.
Safe.